I haven't been able to shake the unease. Ever since seeing Jacky this afternoon, it's as if something inside me has come unmoored. I'm furious with myself for taking it so personally. Maybe because when I look at her, I almost see myself. I'm being very unprofessional. Pulling into our driveway, I sit in my car for a moment, gathering my thoughts. I let out a few stress-relieving breaths, grounding myself before remembering the egg prime directive. Once calmer, I step out of the car and rush to our porch. The wind is blustery, and I'd rather our elderly neighbor didn't try and sneak a peek at my underwear. Honestly, it wouldn't be the first time. It's a good thing he doesn't know I'm trans. That would likely give him a heart attack. As I walk inside, I hang up my bag, and Oscar peeks around the corner. He's in the kitchen, being just such a gentleman. I can already smell the sweet aroma of food wafting around our house. I really don't deserve him. "Hey, babe," he calls out, ushering me into the kitchen. As I join him, I'm greeted with the sight of him wearing a novelty apron with a lady wearing a bikini, something I asked him not to buy, but he thought it was amusing. "Hi." I kiss him on the cheek as he cooks. That's when I notice he's still wearing his office shirt. "Oscar," I let out a long breath, "if you get sauce on this shirt, it's going to be ruined." He takes me by the waist and kisses the top of my head. "So?" he says, holding me tight. "I finished earlier today, and I felt like cooking my fiance something. Sue me." My cheeks flush. We've been dating for years, but as soon as he says things like that to me, I just melt in his arms. I push away from his embrace and compose myself. "So, did you do any laundry?" "Some," he shrugs, stirring the pot. I fold my arms and lean against the counter with a frown. "Just some?" "Yeah," he smiles wide. "I did all your tiny little undies." What? I lean across to look outside to see the washing line. I hope to high heavens he hasn't just hung my underwear out there, especially with our neighbor. "Ha ha," Oscar teases. "Made you look." "Jerk!" I pout and look away. "You know Mr. Saunders next door would have a heart attack if you did that." I glare at Oscar and stick out my tongue. The last thing we want is headlines about an old dude having a heart attack over my underwear. "I know. Would be funny, though." "Oi!" I thump him playfully. "What?" He laughs, reacting to me with a cheeky smile. "You shouldn't be so worried about what he thinks. I love every single part of you, even that little friend downstairs." "Oscar, shut up." I thump him again, sticking out my tongue for emphasis. "Maybe our mutual little friend wants to take a trip with you down the back alley tonight, He tilts his head to one side and gives me a wry smile. "I'm all for that, babe," he replies with a glint of honesty in his eye. "But are you going to be able to get it up?" "Probably not," I answer with absolute honesty. But then notice the food. "Pay attention, babe! You're burning the food!" "Oh, crap." "Not housewife material just yet." I giggle, thumping him one last time before I head out the kitchen. I look back at him as I walk away. "I'm gonna go change. I'll be right back." Worked up by him a little, I take a moment to calm myself. Getting undressed, I glance at my body all for but a second. Something of an affirmation for me these days. Seeing my gentle curves reminds me of how far I've come, and how proud I am of past me for making such a big decision. With help from my mom, of course. I quickly pull out some leggings and a yoga top. For fun, I wear the one pair of racy underwear I own. If I'm going to get lucky tonight, and I think I am, I want to look nice for my husband-to-be. Dressed and looking fire, if I do say so myself, I rejoin Oscar in the kitchen. He set out dinner for us both. I perch myself next to him on the kitchen table and look at the stir-fry that he's lovingly made for me. It might be silly, but it stirs something inside. Every time he cooks, it reminds me how lucky I am to have someone so handsome and caring. Ever since our first date, back when I came out, he's been nothing but spectacular to me. Every single aspect of my transition has been like it's his own personal mission. Yet, even in those earlier days, he didn't push me to look more feminine. He was just as happy walking down the street holding hands with boy mode me as he was with Transfem me. "So," Oscar talks with his mouth full, "how'd things go with you and that kid you were on about?" "Jacky," I replied, squirming uncomfortably at the mention of her as I eat. Not so good." "Oh." Oscar reaches for his drink and takes a swig. "Can I ask why?" I lower my fork and stare at the wall in thought. "I don't know," I reply, followed by a long breath. I think I came on too strong. Oh? Yeah. I lower my gaze. That's not like you, sweetheart. I know, I answer with a scrunched face. I'm pretty worked up about it. Jacky is obviously confused and anxious about it, which I fully understand. It's obvious to me that she's suffering from gender dysphoria. Should you... Oscar stops eating. Be telling me any of this? I shake my head. No, not really. Oscar reaches across the table and rests his hand on mine. It's really getting you down then, huh? Yeah. I let out a long sigh. I just know that coming out fully will improve her life tenfold. I know it did for me. I turn to look at my loving fiance. I mean, I met you pretty much as soon as I came out, and I've never been happier. Lucky you, Oscar grins before turning serious. But, sweetheart, that doesn't mean the same thing will happen to them. What if Jacky isn't ready? In my professional opinion, she is. I snap, the bluntness catching even me off guard. Oscar is silent for a moment, and I feel like such a jerk. Sorry. It's okay. Oscar points at my food without looking in my direction. Eat. It'll make you feel better. I ruffle my hair in frustration before picking up my fork. As I'm about to scoop up some rice, I know I need to get it off my mind. Otherwise, I'm going to stress about it all night. Oscar, I get his attention. I'm worried the mother doesn't take her seriously as trans. Oscar wipes his face with his napkin and looks me straight in the eyes. Not every mother is going to be as accepting as yours, Pauline. It's not your place to interfere. Jacky is not your child. You're only there to support. Immediately, I look away from his gaze and pout. But I think it'll really improve her life if I say something. Babe. Oscar takes my hand, making me look at him once again. Please don't do anything silly, okay? Silly? I huff, swiping my hand from his. How is making a child's life infinitely better silly? Well, Oscar brings his hand to my chin and gently holds it. I'm not saying it wouldn't. I'm trying to say it's not your place. Jacky isn't your child. With a louder huff, I fold my arms and look away again. Babe, Oscar says with an awkward laugh. I assume Jacky is not even 18 yet, right? So, I say pudently. So, he says, bringing his ears to my lips with a whisper. Maybe concentrate on our little family first. We might be having the pitter-patter of tiny feet in these hallways real soon, huh? You'll be a mommy yourself. Before I can react, he keeps his hand on my chin, turns my face, and plants a passionate kiss on my lips. Yes, Mrs. Davies-to-be? He steals yet another kiss. Do you agree? Yes, I suppose so. I reluctantly agree, kissing him back. But I still think I'm right. Jacky's mother is holding her back. It's not right. Oscar smiles as he lets my chin go and settles back into his chair. He takes up his fork again, eating as he glances at me. I know, babe. Just don't let it eat at you. You can't save everyone. You've said that yourself. I nod in agreement, but deep down, I'm still unsettled. Is it right for me to just sit back and wait when it's so obvious? It's like I'm watching a blind person looking for food and just not telling them where to go. Just doesn't sit right. Oscar changes the subject. Did you talk with your mom? About my dad? Yeah. I brought him up. She doesn't seem too keen. And nor am I, really. Oscar looks at me with concern, lowering his fork. Why? I furrow my brow and shoot him a look full of frustration. You know exactly why I don't want him there. Oscar looks surprised at my reaction. The concern on his face makes me feel stupid or silly for feeling the way I do. I know it's going to be hard, sweetheart, but that's your dad, and we'll only get married once. I turn away from him and remain silent. Oh, don't be like that, Oscar groans. You said it yourself. Breakdowns lead to breakthroughs. And if we have a kid someday, do you really want them to grow up without a grandfather? Wouldn't really be their grandpa, would he? I whisper under my breath. I can't have... What was that, babe? He interrupts before I can finish. I shake my head and pick up my fork. It's nothing. Forget it. No, come on. Oscar reaches over to me to take my hand, but I move away. Don't, I reply sharply. You're trivializing my feelings in light of what that man did, or in his case, didn't do. Oscar lifts his hands, palms out, signaling he's not looking for a fight. I'm not trying to dismiss how you feel, Pauline. I just want to help. Well, don't, I hiss, getting to my feet. Tears welling behind my eyes, I storm off towards the bedroom. Babe, Oscar cries out in confusion. Please, I wasn't trying to upset you. I stop. I turn to glare back at him and grit my teeth. Your father was there for you when you needed him, I hiss. Mine wasn't. Even when I was a boy, he didn't want to know. Then, when I'd finally come out as a woman and wanted to introduce myself, he disowned me. I wipe the tears running down my cheeks. Now, tell me, I continue, talking through my teeth, does that man deserve to give me away? Oscar's shoulders slump, the worry etched clearly across his face. But he says nothing. Whatever, Oscar! I snap, throwing my hands at my sides before storming off. Sleep on the sofa. I don't want you in the bedroom tonight. But, he calls out as I slam the bedroom door. I fall flat on our bed, tears dribbling from my eyes. Fuck's sake, I groan, grabbing a pillow to hold. How does my stupid father still make me feel like this?
Thank you so very much for watching and making it all the way to the very end. If you've enjoyed the content, please consider supporting us on Patreon, where members get early access to all our content.